And now I have some questions from some friends. How do we deal with people who pretend they love us but they don't?
How do we deal with people that pretend they love us but they don't? Yeah. One thing is, or one good thing I think, is to see that they don't have any choice what they are pretending or what they are doing. And to see that everyone actually wants to love, yeah? So we have to be clear then, what does it actually mean when I say I love you, or somebody says he loves me or she loves me. And what I can see for myself is that here are patterns moving, and I don't have a choice how the patterns move. So there are thoughts, feelings, emotions, perceptions. And if I could choose, I would always be love. I would love everything, everybody, with equanimity and not one person more than the other one. But our patterns don't allow that. But we are working actually for that the patterns are not so much in the foreground anymore, and that what is aware, the pure love itself, comes more and more in our consciousness, in our awareness. And then to see that this person actually can't really be loved, because it mostly wants something, it needs something, and it is looking for something or someone who can give that. So this is happening with persons, and only the awakening into that who I really am can stop this need for love. So somebody can tell me I love you, and I can take it, but I don't need to believe it anymore. I can listen deeper. What is the person really saying to me? And what she says is, or he says is, I feel love in your presence, or when I see you or meet you. And this can happen and can change instantly. 5 minutes later, this person can see, I feel terrible in your presence. I don't love you anymore. So real love is something different. And we can ask, for example, to come back to the question, if somebody pretends that she loves me or he loves me, to just ask, how do you mean that? What do you mean?
Is doubting and questioning everything every time new, is this useful or not? Is this something spiritual?
Doubting and questioning?
Yes.
Is a process that is happening. And it's great question and also to doubt. Because otherwise we just would believe anything everybody says to us. So it's good to doubt or question, for example, a spiritual master or teacher or guru or however you want to call these persons, and to really look if they do their work because they want something out of it. Money, acknowledgement, power, and to really question what the teachers are saying or the masters, and ask what do you mean, and is it necessary really to ask that? So yes, I would say it's great that we have the possibility to question and ask and doubt. Without doubt, here is awareness. We can't doubt that. This is actually the only thing we can't doubt. So if somebody claims that he is enlightened, yes, I would doubt it, and I would question it, and I would ask it if it is really true. I've never seen an enlightened person.
You have seen only enlightenment. Enlightenment, not enlightened
yes.
person.
Yes. And enlightenment is something we can't see. I think it's really, really, really rare that persons have no attachments at all. So in my whole search for these people, I didn't meet any person without attachment. But it looks like there have been some on this planet, and yeah, and of course it's a grace if you come close to a person like this. Maybe Ramana was one of these persons, but I don't really know that. I never met him in person. And yeah, but enlightened persons, I don't know if it is actually possible.
With a world full of religion and different types of beliefs, especially in the Middle East, it is becoming so difficult to plant peace. What is the best way to plant peace?
Oh, that's a great question. The best way is to begin with yourself and to not judge any religion. Because if we start there, we start already fighting. The essence of any religion is love. So, and to be or to plant love or peace, we need to start with ourselves and find it here now in us. So if I know peace and if I know love, then So spreading out can happen. But if I don't know, how can I plant peace or plant love? So it's necessary that we wake up, that we know who we are. That's the first step. As long as we don't know who we are, it's not possible. Then we fight. Then we say the Catholics are the bad ones, or the Hindus are the bad ones, or what is in the Middle East, the Shiite people, or the Muslim. It's not about the religion, but there is a lot of load in the religions. But if we look to the essence to which any religions want to point, then we see that's love. It's always love. So if we can see this, we don't need to fight any religion anymore. We don't even fight the leaders of any religions. Then we can see that every movement just happened by circumstantial evidences, and there's no doer. Again, no doer. If we see this, that's peaceful. That's a peaceful knowledge inside ourselves, and we can rest there and can share this with people.
So on the outer side, in the outside, there is nothing possible to do. It's just only an inside process or awareness.
It looks like that also for me right now. Yes, it is an internal process. So I have to see, when I see mistakes or faults or something like this, I have to find them in myself. As long as if I think somebody else is doing a fault or a mistake, it's a mistake in myself. Because when I see this, I have no other chance to fight him. So I have to see that the fault is by the sufferer itself. So if I am suffering, then it is because of a belief or a thought which is not seen. Or maybe it's even seen, but if it would be seen, I wouldn't go on with it. So this has to be seen. There is nobody out there who's doing something to me. And when I see, okay, this is a belief that is here in this system running, then I can work here. I don't need you to be different, that I am at peace. As long as I think you should be different, and then I can be at peace, then we have the world that we see in the TV. Then we fight. Because we think if I fight you and you do what I say, then I can be at peace. But it's not true. So it's not the easy way. It's sometimes painful. We have to see or meet painful patterns in ourselves, and in seeing them, we don't step into them anymore. We don't have to stop any pattern. Seeing it is the key.
if you are trying to explain something peaceful to people that are misled for hundreds of years, how to approach ignorance?
I didn't get the question. How to approach ignorance?
I tried to say it in my own words because some people are in traditions of 400 of years, in 100 of years old traditions, and if you want to bring awareness to them, you just feel ignorance. Is there something to do about it?
Yes, it's a great question. It's actually, these people show me my own ignorance. So if I think I can bring peace to somebody, it's already ignorant. I can't bring peace to anybody. If somebody is interested in peace, actually everybody is interested in peace, but often people don't know that. So if somebody is interested in peace, and the best what can happen is to point there where they can see peace. And if people don't want peace, then we just can see, maybe if we reflect our past, that we have behaved the same way. And suddenly some impulse came to our life that we could see differently. But we had no choice that the impulse come, we just can be grateful. So if we meet ignorance, we can be grateful because it shows just how we are or how we have been. And to just meet it, don't fight it. Don't stay in the dialogue with the people. If they want to have the dialogue, yeah? If they don't want peace, then you can't bring it to them. It's not. We can't do it.
It's not our business, then. It's their business.
Yes. If you see the people as pure soul, then you know that are just the evidences that are happening. There is no doer, never a doer, and you have to stay, or you don't have to, but it's beautiful if you stay in it, in this knowledge that what you are is awareness itself, free already. You had the luck to wake up already, to see that you are not the person. The person happens by circumstantial evidences. Yeah? There is nobody is doing it. Yeah? The patterns that are running here, nobody is running them. They run by themselves. If you stay in these three things I just mentioned, it helps you also to see in the other person there is no one doing this ignorance. If they could, they would stop it immediately. Everybody, if he could, he would be happy. It's nobody's fault that he is unhappy But it's a thought if I think they should be different. They can't.
I remember from Osho that sometimes he was really shocking the people by telling the truth, really extremely. Is it sometimes is it good sometimes to shock people with truth? You also do this?
Maybe it happens, but I wouldn't do it with intention. What I find, and I don't know if it's the right way and the best way or whatever, but what I find, if I can manage to not hurt anybody's ego, that egos or people can much easier listen to me. So and when I want people to be at peace, or be in harmony, or be in love, or then I have to live it. Huh? So I wouldn't shock people to wake up. In my view, it doesn't work. What is much more efficient, what I find, is to not hurt anybody. And that is my intention when I wake up in the morning. For example, it's my first prayer that I don't want to hurt anybody. Not through my language, not through my speech, and not through my body. If it happens by circumstantial evidences again. But with this intention, something happens much easier. And if I wake up and my partner is next to me, I even tell it to her and tell her, I promise you that I don't want to hurt you today. Not through my body, not through my language, not through my speech. So what I see, the most fight or war is happening because the ego is hurt. The ego is the I need, I want. I am attacked somehow. So the best to go out of this fighting is to not attack the ego. And I saw some DVDs or videos from Osho, and he wanted to distinguish sometimes the ego, but it's not possible. It's maybe good to make it aware or conscious to see that. But I wouldn't do it. And if I do it, then it happens, but I wouldn't do it with intention.
Is there an answer for why we are living, at least to make us feel better?
It means what is the meaning of life? It's actually not about to feel better, but it's also not bad to feel better. It's not good and not bad, but it's not about that. But what I see is we are here to make this experience, exactly this one. And and to wake up, to know who we are, and to live for this knowing, to live for peace, for love. I see this is the meaning of life. I don't know if it's true, but we can just have a look. How is this experience right now? And don't go to label it so quick. Just investigate. How is it? And you can see if you just merge or meld with this experience, and there's no fighting against this experience, you feel better as you can imagine. You are at peace. Meaning of life is to experience this experience fully. And there is nothing you have to be afraid of. It's just beautiful.
Okay. Yeah. Some other issue you like to talk about?
No, I don't have anything in my mind right now. I'm happy that this interest to wake up is increasing and growing and growing, and that's what I'm living for. That's what I love to see everywhere. Pure soul everywhere. And it is already everywhere. We just don't look at it. And I'm happy if more people can see the perfectness of it all here.
Okay, thank you very much, Gaia.
Oh, I thank you. That was a nice interview.